Oh my god, your poor dad.
Suckle on my zipple.
All right, do you want to do our little intro? Should we do a celebrity shot and ask Bailey to come say it? You want to come?
Bailey, say it from pop your little head in.
She's coming.
No, I come. Whoa.
Hunky dory.
Come on and say it into the microphone.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Your Poor Dad. You can't choose your sisters, but you can choose your podcast. So thank you for joining us and being the fourth Brant sister.
Thanks, Bailey.
How'd I sound?
You sounded great.
Just an FYI, it's not that we don't want Bailey to do the FaceTime. We literally just asked her to do it. Somebody was asking us.
Well, normally when we do the FaceTimes, they're in the morning. And because one, you don't have a job. Two, I work from home. And the reason Bailey doesn't join is because she has a job that's outside of our household.
Right.
But today, my fault. Technically not my fault, but...
Well, you were just working.
Yeah, meetings on meetings on meetings. So we had to push the FaceTime to tonight after work. And you know, Bailey, she's a busy woman and she don't have the energy nor the time.
Well, right. And somebody did ask us if Bailey gets left out not being in the FaceTimes. And I don't think she does.
Bailey, do you get left out not being in the FaceTimes?
No.
You heard it here first. She said no.
So short and sweet.
She did right before we started recording. We asked her again, are you sure you don't want to join us? And she said, no, this is your bonding time.
Yeah.
So here we are.
What a sweet girl. So it is, well, today's Wednesday, but this is coming out tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And just so many things are happening. The week is a buzz because we just are coming off a major Super Bowl win for Rihanna.
A major birthday for me.
A major birthday for Paige. A major release of music for Kelsea Ballerini. Mm-hmm. And Gen Z is mad at me. Majorly.
I have a couple other things that I want to talk about as well.
Okay.
But let's get into it.
Let's just start off with RiRi.
Let's go.
I'm obsessed. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I loved the performance. I thought it was great. I felt a little bad. Bailey and I were watching it, and it's like, I didn't want it. Yeah, I'm like, I didn't want to be like looking at her body, but I'm like looking at her because like the way she's touching it, we're like, because I said,
well, yeah, because it wasn't like, remember when Beyonce did the reveal? Like she
like opened and she like
Rihanna's
very much
cool,
like
though. Rihanna's like, when you watch it back, you can see it.
Knowing for sure now, absolutely, but it's like at the time
hard to tell.
I also had forgotten how long it was since she gave birth to her first child. So at first I'm like, because I'm not the one that gave birth, right? So I'm like, oh, she had it like last month, right? So she still has the baby weight, good for her. And then she had the baby last May. So I'm like, okay, maybe. I mean, I'm not a mother. I don't know what that's like.
Well, and we were all very. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we were all overwhelmed at like what was going to happen. I don't know what it was about this Super Bowl halftime show, but it felt like there was like a lot of hype around it. And it is Rihanna, and like, you know, she has so many hits, and like,
well, and because she hasn't performed, she hasn't performed live in a while. She hasn't released new music in a while, so it was just extra hype, I think.
Yeah. So I was at Mayfair, which is a club, and
you were a club girl.
And it was really fun to watch the Rihanna concert there, but like everything else, I was like, there's no buffalo chicken dip here, there's no food here, everyone's wasted around me, and like I am dead sober. I'm like chugging sparkling water. But it was so what?
It sucks that you were sober and there weren't any snacks.
Yeah,
like that's double whammy.
And I thought there was going to be snacks, but I was misled. But It was really amazing. Is she watching shit on her phone?
She just turned it off. It's okay.
Okay. But it was cool when like everyone knew every single song. And so it was like so much more hype when I was there. So I loved watching it in that that atmosphere. And like I was just like you, Mr. Roberts was like, is she pregnant? Like innocently. And I don't know if is that bad to say? Because I mean she was like,
well, because it was noticeable
bumping.
because she had her outfit visibly had the little jumpsuit like open, right?
Yeah.
To show the belly. So because of the industry, right? Like it was such an easy outfit that if someone didn't want to show their belly, they could zip it up. Mm-hmm. So it's I think a fair assumption to be like, she wants us to look. Here.
Yeah.
Which most likely means pregnancy because otherwise people would probably advise her like, hey, zip it up just because of the world we live in.
Well, yeah. And I was like, looked around. I was like, she just had a baby. But then the more I was looking at it, I was like, she keeps touching her belly. Like, I think she's pregnant. I think she's really pregnant. And then also, so let's talk about some standouts. Like,
bitch better have my money.
Like, that was so powerful. Like, starting out when you just see her face and it zooms out and you're like, oh my God, she's in the air. That is so cool. We've never seen anything like that at a Super Bowl halftime show before. And then she's like whipping her braids around. It was just like, full body chills.
Yeah, that was amazing. And you know what? Last thing I'll say about the whole pregnancy thing is how fucking cool is it that she's just like, she's touching her belly because she's fucking vibing with this baby. She's dancing with this baby. She's like, honey, this is the only time we're at the Super Bowl. Let's do it. And her baby are just like,
were rocking out.
They were rocking out together and they will be forever share that moment.
Also,
exactly.
She agreed to do the halftime show 3 months postpartum. So it's probably before she was even pregnant with her second baby.
Holy shit.
Facts.
There you go. I thought another obvious iconic moment was the Fenty makeup touch-up.
Loved that for her.
Chef's kiss, because that was almost her saying like, you guys, I'm not giving you new music. I'm building $1 billion empire. And also, let me remind you who the fuck I am. I'm Rihanna.
Do you know, do artists who perform the halftime show, do they get paid or do they not?
I don't think they get paid. They probably get some. I was Googling it and I was unclear about it. So if anyone knows if they get paid, let me know. But it was, I think they must get some sort of like stipend to like pay for the stage and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The reason I ask is because it's like, free marketing, right?
Or that was literally a Fenty and Savage X Fenty commercial.
Yeah.
Which was iconic. Like they literally like, remember when the dancers like pulled up their shirts and then there was a bra? That was all Savage X Fenty. Savage X Fenty. And then I also loved, I think she sang 12 songs in 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. Insane. The choreography, I guess it's like some big TikTok girly. Like I guess I don't know if she's probably more than just a TikTok girly, but her name is Paris and she's from the royal family. And like I've been seeing all of their like rehearsal TikToks come up on my For You page. And first of all, she's insane. Like she was like the way she was dancing, I was like, holy shit. People were saying Rihanna was like low energy, but I think she was like bad bitch energy.
I agree with you. I didn't have any thought of, there should be more she should be doing more choreography. Yeah. The whole performance. And I think it's because the way she just like drips swag and she'd be like, the stank face, she's like, let's fucking go. Like she is who she is. And that's like how her concerts are. They asked Rihanna to be the performer at the halftime show, and so she's going to perform the way she would perform, you know?
Right.
And
she's not Beyonce.
And I felt and maybe this is just a thing that some people don't understand, is I felt so much energy, even if she's not dancing around like Britney Spears.
Just her walking to that, what song was she going to when she was walking and the camera like turned around and she like looked and then she gave like a little smirk. I was like chills, like just that, just she was giving so much with just like little,
and like the way she could do something so crude and make it look so cool.
Yeah,
like and then like I'm like, please don't. Okay, I need to take that out of my head because like I can't do that. You know what I mean? But, and it's like, or the thing like where she'd like put her hand on her butt and they'd like,
and then she like just smacked. That was a moment.
And I'm like, I look like a loser if I do that.
No,
I
am a loser.
It's cool.
Like I am embarrassed to be me, knowing there's a Rihanna walking around. Like I'm not even as cool as Rihanna's like Pinky.
We're not even as cool as her fetus.
Oh no. We can't stand a chance against that fetus.
It performed at the halftime show.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It was like mixed reviews as it was going down, but I think the more it sits with our culture, I think the more people are going to like really, it's going to settle with us and people are going to be like, that was one of the coolest halftime shows ever because Rihanna's just so cool. Everything she does it's just cool. It's not chuggy. Like she's not going to be J-Lo and Shakira in a glittery bodysuit, and we don't want that from her. That's like not her.
Yeah. Super side note, speaking of J-Lo, I saw that her and Ben got matching tattoos.
No.
And here's the thing,
he should never be allowed to get another tattoo after that fucking horrendous job.
First of all, it's like for him, it's like, I don't care. Like, you already fucked up your body because of your back. Kind of like same with me. I already fucked up my body with this foot tattoo. So it kind of like doesn't matter what tattoo I ever get in the future. But for her, it's just, and people might not share this, but maybe they do. Everything, if Ben and Jen would have gotten married like 20 years ago, the first time, I think it would have elevated both of their careers. This second time around, in my opinion, is doing nothing but giving her such a loser reputation. You know what I mean? And so
it's like nobody else. Okay, that's so mean, but it's almost like leftovers.
And it's just like there was something about me seeing that she got that tattoo that made me. I'm like, losery, which like I would get a tattoo. I am the person that would get a matching tattoo with my husband.
Oh, same.
It's just there's something about that pairing that
that's loser.
It's like, what did you do? I don't know.
Yeah, like, and by the way, I am a chameleon. Like my partner says we're tattoo girlies. I'm like, okay, we're tattoo girlies. Like
let's go.
He says we're not.
Yeah.
Like I can't help it. But also I am so triggered by seeing them. And like, have you seen those TikToks of like them like fighting at the award shows and stuff? Or not fighting, but just like having like a moment. And they're like, you can read her lips. And she's like, did you have a drink? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh my God. That's literally exactly what it's like to be with an addict. Like you're just constantly asking them, did you do this? And they're like, no. Oh my God. No.
Who, me? Oh, heck no.
Me, the addict? No. The person that lies all the time?
No. Anyways,
yeah.
Moving
Rihanna,
on.
10 out of 10.
Yes.
We love you. Let's talk about let's stay on Super Bowl and talk about our favorite brothers.
Honestly, the brothers and the family, like the way they talk to and about each other, the brothers, and the way the brothers talk about the mom in particular, but even the dad.
Big
but
guy?
It's like the mom.
I thought it was so cute.
I cry.
Oh my gosh. I really got emotional. I mean, obviously, like we've been sending TikToks back and forth of like them. And I thought it was really sweet how Jason, he was being such a big brother. He's like, go celebrate with mom. Go celebrate with mom. And then Travis,
they were like, she had such a big week.
Yeah, this is the best week of your life.
Everyone was talking about her. Like everyone, like I was losing it. Like I was
they were saying, I loved watching you all week. It was so fun watching you enjoy this, and it was just so cute. Can you imagine like how many like practices she's driven back and forth to, and just to see this, like
how
she gets
many
to see both of them.
sweaty, gross, dirty
Underwear,
outfits,
socks.
yeah, jock straps. I don't know, is that a thing? I'm not a boy, but it's like all of the gross things that like typically moms have to deal with.
She had to buy.
But even the way Travis was admiring Jason, like the only reason I am in this sport is because of you. You did hockey, I did hockey. You did football, I did football. Like the only reason I'm here is because of you. And that also just like, and he's like,
stop it, like a little
stop
brother.
it. Because that's me. You twirled baton, I twirled baton. You were a cheerleader, I was a cheerleader. You were the mascot, I was the mascot. Like so similar. Cute. And I was just, the way they just love each other and love their parents. I just love them.
I also really have enjoyed watching them like express their emotions.
Yep. I think that's huge, especially because I've seen all of these clips on TikTok, right?
Yeah,
so all of
they're
these
just crying
younger guys are seeing that it's everyone has emotions, and it's you're not a loser if you cry.
Yeah, I made a TikTok, and I was like, I made a TikTok, and I said, yeah, I think it's a really good thing for men to see men expressing their emotions and not just like using anger to like cover up an emotion. And because like I've dated people who would quite literally rather go to war than to express their emotions.
Truly.
Literally. Like
literally.
He was like, get me back to Afghanistan. I cannot deal with this bitch. But enough about him. So we are obsessed with the Kelsea brothers. I wonder if like what's going to happen next year.
You know, only time will tell.
That's the thing about time. It's the only thing that's going to tell us. We don't know.
Facts.
Yeah. But shall we move on to Miss Ballerini?
Please.
Okay. You were obsessed.
Absolutely obsessed. Sorry, I was pulling something up to talk about in a minute. So absolutely obsessed. The thing is, I have been a Kelsea stan for so long. The first time I heard about her was actually when I was interning for the music management company that I interned with in college. And I'm pretty sure it was just a little like 3-song EP of like Peter Pan, Love Me Like You Mean It, and Dibs. And it was just at the management office, and I was listening to it, and I was like, I love this girl. Because to me, I'm like, Taylor Swift's already doing what Taylor's doing, right? And I'm like, this is the next one. Like these are my girls. So I've just been following her. I've loved her for so long. So I knew about the wedding. I knew about the divorce. And I knew about his song where I always forget it. He says like in his song, it's like, how long has it been over for you? And when that song came out, because he's also a country artist, in my opinion, not that it really matters, whatever, not as good, right? But he tours all the time. He like always has shows. Right when the divorce was announced, he wrote this song and started playing it live immediately. So I was seeing it all over TikTok, people being like, oh my gosh, like our heart goes out to you, Morgan, that's his name. And I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop because I'm like, they're both songwriters. He's writing about this, she's writing about this. And so
she's writing better.
And I'm like, and then I was really confused because I hadn't heard anything. You know, I'm like, is she just going to pretend like this didn't happen? That's one way to handle it. And then, no, she didn't. She was
short film.
She took a page right out of Miss Swift's book. Short film. Beyonce's book, really.
Yeah. I guess we can, Beyonce is one of the first people to do like something like that.
with like a whole little like Beyonce did it with a whole album, and then Kelsey's 6 songs. It's like half an album.
Yeah. I thought she looked absolutely gorgeous. Like she has never looked better.
Also, tell me why there's one, I don't remember which song it is, but she's wearing, I think it's when they're playing the game of life, and she's wearing this really thin little strap. I'm assuming it's like a little cami, and then she has this really cozy looking black sweater over it that's like hanging off her shoulder. I was like, I need that outfit.
Oh my God, I needed that one too. I know exactly.
I need that outfit.
The white dress, like I could never.
When she's
that
just
good in a silk dress, like
these,
holding up the plates,
which I could not. Those have to be real plates, and he just kept piling. I'm like, how her arms are so tiny. I'm like, how is she holding? It's like bowls and plates and bowls and plates. I'm like, honey, she's gonna drop it for real, and she did.
Honey,
she did,
and that was good euphemism. I thought it was interesting because Kelsey and I are both young divorcees, and I feel like one of the messages was that people kind of wanted to put the blame on her. And I totally relate to that. Like, no matter what all the shit Mark did, I still had people being like, you didn't try hard enough. And I was like, I didn't try hard enough. He didn't try at all.
Yeah.
And that was her vibe.
And I completely agree. And I think that narrative really came out because going back, like his song came out so fast, and it's like it almost painted a picture of him being like, poor me, like how long has it been over for you, because like I could have been in this forever kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, she didn't try hard enough, like she could have done more. And then it's like my lawyer said in the little interlude, it's like my lawyer said, like, I wanted to set the rumor straight, my lawyer said I shouldn't, something like that.
Yeah. And then
I was like,
oh, and then when she said, like, the song about, were you blindsided or were you just blind? Like, yeah, you fucking
Genius.
dumbass. Oh, the moment that sent a little chill up my spine in a good way was when she said, it stings rolling up the welcome mat knowing you got half. And the music, like, went out when she said, when you got half. Because she's probably like, I make so much more fucking money than you loser.
The part that actually made me cry was in the last song when it's called Leave Me Again, where she's like, I hope I never leave me again. So, and it's like, you don't really know the perspective. You don't really know that she's talking about herself until the chorus. So once I heard that first chorus and she's like, I never want to leave myself again, I cried, because I related to that so much from Tyson. Yeah. Because I completely lost myself. I distanced myself from friends. She mentioned that. She's like, I hope I start talking to Jane more. Dealing with things that she normally wouldn't have. I did the same thing, and I cried.
Honey, I know it. I actually thought of you at that point too, because I was like, I don't really relate to the heartbrokenness stuff. I mean, I just think I'm so far past it. It's like I can't even like remember what that was like. Like, was I sad? I don't remember.
For me, with like the scariest part about the breakup with Tyson was the aftermath in therapy, and just kind of dealing with how did I get here? Yeah. I am a smart girl. I know I can see it in other people. Like, how did I get here? And oh my God, is that going to happen again? Right. Yeah. So it's like scary. And so listening to that song, I just, honey, the waterworks. I just cried.
She just had to have a little cry.
And, I bet it was therapeutic.
I'm sure your body said, okay, it's time to release it. I thought it was absolutely beautiful and like such a well executed thing. Well done, Kelsea Ballerini.
I agree.
Oh, and one last thing. The first time I saw Kelsea Ballerini was on the show Southern Charm, which is on Bravo.
I don't think I knew she was on Southern Charm.
That's like the first. I remember being like, "Oh my god, she's really cute." And yeah, there's that.
I love that. Love that.
There's. You said there were some things you wanted to talk about.
Yes. So I wanted to read a DM that I got because honestly, it was just so thoughtful. It made my day. So yesterday, which is Valentine's Day, and let me tell you about my Valentine's Day. I was home alone. Bailey was with Sticks. And my big plans for Valentine's Day was to finish the puzzle that I started. So, like,
Thrilling.
That's what we're doing. And I had a good meal, but it was just leftovers from my birthday weekend, right? So it wasn't even like anything like crazy
You
special.
didn't even treat yourself?
No, but Bailey did get me a bottle of wine, so that was lovely.
That's sweet.
So like that's setting the scene. It's like my day's already like a little like sad, a little pathetic, whatever. So I get this message and it says, first off, happy belated birthday. I've listened to a good bit of the episodes and recently after the BB update, which was a huge mistake on his part, I had to reach out and see about the possibility of meeting up for a Miller Lite, glass of wine, or maybe a bite to eat sometime. Wow. Reasons I think we would get along. Lives in Austin, check. Thinks Paige is funny, check. Intentionally dating, check. 5'11 plus, X. And in parentheses, he says 5'9. And then
A short king.
honest, check. In parentheses, see above answer.
That's hilarious.
Austin douche / fish guy, X. Loves karaoke, check. Will annoy the absolute shit out of Paige, X. Normal guy, check. In parentheses, it blows my mind the horror stories I've heard y'all share about some past guys. And then a Swiftie, check.
How I would love to see a man that does not annoy the shit out of Paige.
I know. And then he continues, or he like ends it with, hopefully that helped to get to know me a little bit. From everything I've seen on the episodes, you really seem like an awesome girl who would be super fun to hang out with and get to know. I can tell you're really close to your sisters and parents, which is an amazing quality, as I'm very close to my parents and siblings as well. Sorry for the long message, but I figured since I didn't have a fourth Brant sister to put in a good word for me, I wanted to do it myself.
Wow.
And it was the effort, like the intention and the effort. I said something like, I think we'll have to grab a drink or a bite to eat after like such an impressive message or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was just such a nice, I mean, who knows if anything will happen from this, but I am going to agree to some kind of date, right?
Yeah.
And it was just really lovely because I've still been really sad about BB. I'm like, what the hell does BB not like me, right? And so it was just really nice that like somebody listens, that checklist, all of the things that we've talked about on the podcast, right? And that someone listens enough and sends a thoughtful message like that. I was impressed.
That was very sweet. I'm excited to see where this could go. We love a thoughtful king. A thoughtful short king, by the way.
I was going to say 5'9". Normally,
That was a no, but you're petite.
I'm petite. And the thing is, that's so weird, is the reason it would normally be a no is because I'm going off of these dating apps, right? To where I have limited information. Something like that that's like so much more personal. I don't give a shit that you're 5'9". You know what I mean?
Like shit.
Anyways, I just thought that was really sweet. So
That's very sweet. I had some guys sliding into my DMs for you too after I posted the video of you singing. They were like, I didn't know she could sing too. And I was like, honey, calm down.
Send them over my way.
I said, you need to contact her. And they said, well, I'm sure that she wouldn't like that. And I said, well, she's not gonna like that.
They said, I'm scared of her.
And I said, good, you should be.
the last thing that I wanted to bring up is, have you seen the new Barney?
I have. People were saying he got buccal fat removal.
Who is that man? That's like Barney's younger Gen Z cousin, and it makes me sad.
Well, why did we need to change Barney? But he's not going to be like he's not going to be a big like puppet kind of thing anymore, right? He's just a cartoon.
I believe so, which is fine. Like, I love the idea of bringing Barney back.
No, you were a Barney stan.
I loved Barney.
The thing about Barney, though, that we must remember is that he's a dinosaur from our imagination. Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. People like really hated Barney.
Can't relate to that. I loved Barney.
You were obsessed.
It's just, I'm so on board with bringing Barney back. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know who this man is. Like,
yeah,
don't tell me you're bringing Barney back when that's not my Barney.
Yeah, but we've given Mickey a little facelift over the years. It's been like 30 years.
It's too
He
soon.
needed
It's
a
too
little
soon.
bit of a facelift. Just
He
like the
looks
rest of
so.
us.
Here's the thing about Barney that was just so comforting is he was so big and like
He was so tall.
big
and
he's
his eyes
so,
were so small, and he had a
and-
little smile.
and you just knew that
Tiny
you were
arms.
you knew that you were going to be safe in his presence, and just because he's such a big comforting energy.
Well, yeah,
And this new Barney just looks so small, and
yeah, he's.
I feel like I can't trust him.
Well, let me ask you this: is Baby Bop going to be returning, and what's she gonna look like?
I don't know. What about, what's his name? BJ?
BJ,
Is it BJ or DJ? BJ.
BJ. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't too mad at it, to be honest with you.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I just don't think like we needed it, but like I don't. People tell me that I don't need a facelift all the time, but I can see how I need a facelift.
Well, Barney got more than a facelift. He lost like 10 inches, and
How do we know?
he's like a different dinosaur now.
He's literally a cartoon. He used to be a puppet.
I think there were some Barney cartoons.
Oh,
I don't know. I might have made that up.
I think we could have adjusted the colors for going there.
Look, if we're just changing it, if we're changing all of him, change all of him. You can't just like make a new dinosaur and make him purple and green and just call it Barney.
I mean, you could.
He looks like a different species of dinosaur.
Yeah, and he's a T-Rex.
That doesn't look like a
Crazy,
T-Rex.
when you're little, like you're so obsessed with dinosaurs. It like runs your life.
I was so obsessed with Jurassic Park, and which is so interesting that I loved
So
Barney
90s.
and Jurassic Park when Barney was such a lovable dinosaur and Jurassic Park dinosaurs were so scary.
I think we just all had a fascination with dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are very 90s, and it's time for them to have a comeback.
I wonder if that is a 90s thing or if it's just a small child thing.
Think about a velociraptor. That's like the most 90s dinosaur you could ever have. Like
Or
literally
is it
like imagine, remember the kids on the playground? They're just like running around like yeah, that's like such a 90s thing to do.
Well, but that's because we grew up in the 90s. I don't know. There might be Bailey. Are kids,
sure kids
are
obviously
kids
know-
nowadays like still obsessed with dinosaurs like we were obsessed with dinosaurs in the 90s?
Not as much.
Okay, you heard it
See?
here first. You were right.
Dinosaurs are 90s.
You were right.
Gen Z is going to have a field day with that one.
What'd you say?
Dinosaurs are fucking cool.
Dinosaurs are fucking cool.
Yeah,
Bailey.
and I think that's a really good note to end on because I think we all need to remember how fucking cool dinosaurs are.
Hell yeah.
Let's all say our favorite dinosaur.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Brontosaurus.
Velociraptor. What's yours?
You would be a velociraptor.
Because I am a velociraptor.
No, you literally are. You're so scary.
Brachiosaurus.
What's that?
What's that?
Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
Wait, I said Brontosaurus. Oh, actually, you know what I am?
What are you?
I think I'm a Stegosaurus.
She said she's a Stegosaurus. Is that the one that has like
The stegs.
Yeah.
On the saurus. Yeah. I feel like that's kind of me.
That's what new Barney looks like.
Wait, you know who I am? I'm Ducky from Land Before Time, the one with like the fat lips with like the big, because I'm still like, I'm big enough to play with the T-Rexes, but I'm less like aggressive than the T-Rexes.
There was someone
It's kind of like a T-Rex and a Brontosaurus had a baby.
There's someone that tried to call me Ducky, like tried to make that a thing. They're like, you look like Ducky. No, you're making fun of my lips, and no, I don't. So I just felt triggered when you just said that, but
Oh, well, I feel like I'm Ducky.
you can be Ducky. Yeah, I'm just like a velociraptor. I'm small, but I'm fucking vicious, and you're never gonna see me coming.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I would like to make a request. Can you please tag us in Tinks's post that she just posted about coming to Austin, and tag at Your Poor Dad and say that you need to hang out with Your Poor Dad?
The #1 sister podcast in Austin.
In Austin, yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to the FaceTime, and we'll see you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.